Switching from controller to keyboard and mouse in Fortnite is super frustrating. When I first switched, I had no idea what to do. But over the past 5 years, I have been playing keyboard and mouse, and I will show you everything I wish I knew when I first switched, including what peripherals you should use, what settings you need, how to actually start learning, and finally, how to master keyboard and mouse. And if you watch the whole video and do everything I tell you, then you will easily be able to switch to KBM. Also, never forget that Jesus loves you. Starting with peripherals, a peripheral is basically just a device connected to your computer. Now, how much should you be spending? On a monitor, I recommend buying at least a 27-inch 1080p monitor that has 120 Hz. This is good because it will be able to display 120 FPS, and it is a good starting monitor. This costs around $100 to $150, but I wouldn't really worry about the monitor that much. Next is the mouse. You need to focus on getting a really good mouse because this is the most important peripheral. I recommend getting one that has adjustable DPI, which changes the speed your cursor moves, and it should have at least 2 side buttons. The minimum you should spend on the mouse is $50. Next is the keyboard. You should be getting a 60% mechanical keyboard, and here is a 60% keyboard versus the full-size keyboard. Obviously, the full size is bigger and takes up more space, which is not good for gaming, and they usually cost more. The deciding factors for your keyboard should be look, comfort, and sound. Your keyboard should be lower priority than your mouse, and here are some examples on screen. Next is the mouse pad. You can get one just based on design, and the bigger the better. Last is the audio gear. I recommend getting headphones with a built-in mic. Make sure they're wired and they shouldn't cost more than $70. Quick tip, try tilting your keyboard either way. It really helps out with your comfort, and I have mine tilted pretty far away from me. Before I reveal the best settings, please subscribe, it helps out, and I'm trying to reach 25k before 2026. The very first thing you need to do is find your sensitivity. Alright, so to find your perfect sensitivity for keyboard and mouse, the first thing you want to do is hop into any creative map. You're going to mark somewhere on the map, you're going to start your pickaxe at the marker, and turning all your comfortable mouse room right here. I'm ending it. You want to end about 1.5 to 2 circles, so like right about in this area right here. But to do it, you basically, if you go like way too much and you like turn like 3 times, then you just want to move it lower, and you just want to adjust it until you find your perfect sensitivity. And after that, you need to assign movement binds. Keep WASD as the directional movement and space as the jump bind. For sprint, use something that isn't too close but not too far from your movement keys, such as T. For auto run and crouch, I like to keep these to your pinky finger, like shift and tab. Next, you need to find build binds. For build binds, use keys that are around your movement keys and spread them out across multiple fingers. For example, my stair is Q, which my ring finger hits, and my wall is E, which my pointer finger hits. That means each finger is hitting different builds. Finding a good balance between fingers is essential to being able to build fast. Also, if you have any side buttons, use them for your build binds. Next is a super important bind, the edit bind. Okay, so for your edit bind, you want it to be something really close to your main fingers. F is super close to my pointer finger, which is D. So it basically just allows you, the closer it is, the easier it is to switch back and forth and edit really fast. So if I go right here, literally, my pointer finger has to move only 1 key over from moving right to F. So literally, you can just press it really close. It's super close to your movement keys. Alright, so after you get your first edit bind, assign your secondary edit bind as scroll down and your secondary reset as scroll down. Basically, this allows you to scroll down to reset. So if I have a bunch of builds and they're all edited like this, all I can do is scroll down to reset. I don't even have to press edit button, just scrolling down on my mouse. So that's super useful if you want to reset really fast. If you want to do a fake edit, you can just reset it like that. Next are the combat binds. For reload, use something close. The pickaxe and weapon slot binds should be numbers or mouse buttons. I use side buttons for shotgun and SMG, so I can swap them fast when building or fighting. Also, make your use bind scroll up so you can spam it when landing to make sure you can get a weapon first. Also, give it a secondary bind so you can press and hold to swap an item. Lastly, make your emote, inventory, and map binds far from your main binds so you don't accidentally hit it during a fight. And here are all my binds if you want to copy them. Real quick, comment how long you've been playing keyboard or mouse. Anyway, here's how to start learning. If you are completely new to keyboard and mouse, I recommend hopping into a death run to get used to moving. Once you know how to move well, you need to hop into Mechanics Training V5. This map has pretty much everything you need to start learning keyboard and mouse, and here's what to do. Alright, so the very first thing you need to do when starting keyboard and mouse is learn mouse control, which is basically learning your control of how to look around and when to look and stuff. So go ahead, grab whatever weapons you want right here, and then hop into the aim section. And basically, there's a couple things you just want to do in this. And the first thing you want to do is close long tracking. Basically, this will teach you how to shoot in like close range, but then he kind of moves around, right? So it helps you kind of just learn how to like flick around. And this is the most basic drill you can start doing as a beginner in keyboard and mouse. Alright, so the next drill you want to do is axis tracking. This is more just like different directions so you know how to kind of move around better. So it's gonna help you move in different directions and learn. Because if you don't know all the directions, how to move it in perfectly in that direction, it's gonna be hard to hit your shots in fights. Alright, so the next thing you want to do that's just super good for practicing is sphere tracking. Right here, so basically just gonna spawn a sphere, and it's just gonna move around. So you want to follow it around. This is gonna help you learn how to just move randomly and predict where the enemy is gonna go. But this is all important for mouse tracking, which I said is very important because you won't be able to build or edit until you know how to move your mouse and have control over your mouse. And there's only two more drills you really want to practice as a beginner, and that's glider tracking right here. Basically, it's going to help you get used to the actual hitbox of people. Alright, so the last thing you want to practice in mouse control is 1v1 aim duel. Right here, you can basically just pick whatever one you want. I'll just do medium. Right here, it's just going to help you get used to aiming at actual people, or aiming at actual hitboxes, and then getting used to that kind of movement in headshot hitboxes. And this is probably where you want to spend the most time, because it's going to move randomly, but it's really good for just learning how to actually have mouse control and shoot hitboxes. Alright, so the next thing you need to do to start learning, now that you have mouse control down, you're going to head into the free build section. And before I show you the 3 most basic builds you need to know, you just gotta just play around, just doing different builds and stuff. It doesn't really matter, it doesn't have to be fast. Just literally just try switching it, try doing basic stuff like this, like different stairs and stuff, and just practice using all the different binds until you memorize them. Once you memorize all your keybinds, you want to turn your speed down to 80. I'm going to risk the builds real quick. And I'm going to show you 3 basic build moves. They're going to basically be using all the builds, so you have practice with all the different keys. And it's going to actually teach you some useful stuff. So the first thing you want to practice is 90s. Basically, you're just going to go up here, and it's going to help you learn how to turn while jumping and building. So you're going to go here, let's place a full or 2, and go like this slow. And you want to slaughter really slow. It's probably going to look like this. But really just practice it, and it's going to help you learn how to switch your different binds. Alright, so the next thing you need to know for building, very important in all fights, is basically a reinforced stair. Basically, instead of just ramping up to get shots like this, what you're instead going to do is you're going to go like this. You're going to build a wall, and you're going to build floor wall like this. And this is going to help you learn how to look down while walking, and also help you switch binds more. And this is going to be really hard at first, especially if you're just starting off. But once you do it for a little bit, and you can start getting it down on 80% speed, I want you to reset and go to 100%. It's going to feel a lot faster. But once you get this down, you're pretty much going to be really good on just using stairs and walls and floors. And that brings me to the last build move you need to know. And every beginner should know this, and this is boxing up. So basically, the most basic version of boxing up is literally just placing 1, 2, 3, 4 walls, and then a ceiling. Most basic way. And this should be pretty easy. Since you're in mouse control and you know how to move it just sideways, exactly just sideways like this, you can just do it really fast and then place a top. So in this practice, literally just go over here, practice doing it as fast as you can, and then once you get it, you can make a more complicated box. And the more complicated box is basically just gonna go here, do the same thing, like that, where you're gonna add cones on top and the bottom. And you always want to have a cone inside, so you can edit it later on, but that's a more advanced thing. So basically, just gonna practice walking around, boom, like that, and then get faster and faster, go as fast as you can. And now, since you're used to pretty much all of your builds, you use all of them in the practice I just showed you, I'm going to show you the edit section. And basically, what you want to start off doing is you're going to need to learn like how to move your mouse. You have good mouse control, but you need to learn some different ones for the tiles. So there you're going to go in here, follow whatever the line says. And it's going to basically just teach you all the wall edits. So you just want to do it. And on this one, you don't want to go side to side, not good. You're going to do it like this, so you end in the middle. Basically, you're just going to follow the lines for the most part, and you're going to practice until you know pretty much all the tiles and how they work, how all the tile placement works, and how to edit. And the next step after that is going to be the easiest thing, and it's this right here. Basically, what you're going to do is you're going to touch one block, and you're basically just going to edit really slow as fast as you can. And it's going to help you with edit timing, and it's just going to help you get used to the actual action of editing and confirming it. And then after you do some of the floors, you're basically just going to do some of the walls. And you want to do it just edits. It's going to be slow at first, but your goal is just to get used to editing and the basics of editing. Alright, for this next step, I want you to go to 80% speed, and basically what you're going to do is you're going to pick any of these edit courses that have all of the builds, and this one that has it. The reason you're picking an edit course with all of the builds is so you can learn all the edits. You're going to go really slow. Literally, just take your time learning different edits. If it's your first time, then do that, but if you're just switching, you're going to know the edits. So just literally, just take your time learning how to do it on keyboard and mouse, and then you can start speeding up over time, but just take your time learning all of these different edits so you can speed up later. To help get used to keyboard and mouse outside of solo practicing, just play some Red vs. Blue, The Pit, and Battle Royale. This will help you get some easy fighting practice in. And if you followed all these tips so far, you should be pretty decent at keyboard and mouse. But to get really good, you need to learn the 3 mechanics that will make you insane. Before I show you how to improve, I need to tell you a tip that would have helped me improve way faster. Something all pros do to improve is to do difficult practice. Think about this, if someone only knows addition and subtraction and only practices that, then they will never learn the quadratic formula. But the way they can learn it is by learning and practicing things over time that build on each other. The same is for Fortnite or really anything in life. If you only stick with what you know and only do that, you'll never improve. So to improve past it, push yourself to do the hard things and explore. And like I said, you will never improve if you stay in the addition and subtraction of Fortnite. So when you play 1v1s and get cooked, don't go back to maps like the Pit. Keep on playing against good players and learning those hard techniques. Another way this held me back is when I play with some friends who are bad, and they just wanted to play stuff like Bed Wars and gun games, which don't really help you improve that much. And I'm not saying not to have fun. What I do now is I play some high skill 2v2s with my friends to make it challenging while still playing with them and having fun. Now that you know that tip, here's what to do to actually start improving. And the first step to start improving is to get Kovacs if you're on PC. Fortnite aim maps will only get you so far, so if you really want to up your aim, I recommend getting Kovacs. It has endless aim drills with leaderboards to help you see how good you are, and if you use Kovacs, you will easily improve your aim. I just got it on sale a couple of days ago, and I'm already seeing a lot of improvement. It's only $10 on Steam, and you can find it on sale as well. The next step to improving is to master editing. And editing basically comes down to 2 skills: edit timing and crosshair placement. Once you master those 2 things, you can easily scale your edit speed and consistency and get really good. For a full editing tutorial, click the video on the top right hand corner and then come back to this one. Once you have editing down, you can do the next step, learning build moves. By now you should be used to doing basic building techniques, but now it's time to put them together and really learn something special. To start you off, I'll explain the 3 crucial building techniques everyone needs in fights. Alright, so we're back in mechanics trading. Go ahead and hop into the free build section, and I'm going to teach you the first crucial building technique, which is high ground retakes. And basically what this is if someone's on height and they're shooting at you, you don't want them to be able to shoot you back. So what you're going to do, you're going to do something like this, where you're just going to block your head so they can't see you. But just doing double edits is going to get predictable. They can just shoot through it, as you can see. So here are 2 high ground retakes you can easily do. The first one is called the sway retake. Basically, you're going to be building stairs. You're going to build walls all the way on either the right or the left side. You can do it on the left side too. Left, and basically going to cover one side, whatever angle they're at. If they're on the left of you, but on the left, then you can place a stair on top like that. And boom, you can add at the front and do it again. And you're pretty much impossible to hit unless you don't place it fast enough or miss a placement. So you can do both sides, you can do right to the left side. So if you're doing it fast, you just do this, boom, you can edit out the side, do a double edit out here. And then just basically it covers you, as you can see. You're pretty much just covered on all angles, and you can also do it on both sides like this. You can go on both sides of walls. But anyway, the next high ground retake is another cool one. If they're directly above you, say they place a cone right here, what you can do is you can place a stair, then a floor, then a stair. So basically they can't cone you right here, they can cone it right here, but it's gonna be hard from the cone right here. Then after that you wanna do this and then a cone so they can't cone you again. So if they already cone you once, they can try to cone you again. So basically if you're doing it fast, reset. So say they have a cone right here, you're gonna go stair wall stair, or not stair wall stair, stair floor stair, and then you just get up here. Then you can double edit out the top, turn around, and then you basically have height. So that's what you want to do. Alright, so to do tunneling, basically, you need to have one wall either behind you or around to start. And what you're going to do is I'm going to do it in the air for you so you can see better. So if you're in the air, you have like this, right? You're going to place a wall on each side, and you're going to place floors in the middle like this. And see how you want to barely move your crosshair. So to start learning it, you're going to just start doing the floors. And once you have the floors down and you're barely moving your crosshair like me, you can add the wall. So boom, when you go like this, boom, boom, boom. You can change directions like this. And then you can even add one in front. And basically, That's tarping the way you can tunnel, so by placing walls all around, so no angles can actually hit you like this. And it's like the full boxing technique, but you're basically just making a bunch of boxes like I showed you guys earlier and editing through them. So that's basically guarantee you're not going to get shot. It's the best way to move around. Alright, so the last technique everybody needs to learn is boxing up and making space. So basically what this means, if someone's shooting at you and you get cracked, you want to box up, but you don't just want to make one box because he's going to break it and stuff. So you want to make 4 boxes in a square pattern like this. You want to learn how to do it as fast as you can. So basically, if he's shooting this wall, he breaks it and he now takes the wall. What you can do is you can walk into this box, you can kind of flip this cone up, and you have a bunch of space to work with, right? And he has no space because he's just coming to attack you. Or if he takes this wall, you can also come around, kind of place the wall, try to full box him and stuff. But what you really want to do is, the purpose of this is it gives you more space and flexibility to fight back and heal up. It also tells him that he kind of needs to back off. And another pro tip is that if you just get cracked and you want to box up, try to use metal. It spawns with the most HP. And you can basically, it's going to be harder to break all your boxes. So if you're in metal, he's going to have trouble breaking your walls. And if he's breaking your wall, you can go at the top, get a shot at him. You just have a lot more space to work with than he does. Now that you have good aim, edits, and builds, you can now start fighting. I actually recommend fighting throughout all of your practice so you can start transferring your skills to fights. But anyway, I first recommend mastering close range fights by playing 2v2 piece control. This will help you learn the mechanics necessary to actually get good at realistics and